Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee, welcome if you're new. There's a weird light strip on my face. Maybe if I block it, yeah, it looks better. So I'm just gonna stay this way. But either way, we're gonna talk about being judged in today's video and how we can approach this. First of all, a caveat over there. This is not about how to get rid of people's judgments or what kind of changes you can apply to yourself to stop people's judgments or to avoid people's judgment, simply because I don't think that's possible. Because judging is something that is a part of our skill sets as humans. I guess the better word for judging is probably evaluating. It's normal for healthy individuals to first evaluate our surroundings in order to act accordingly so that we can increase our chances at surviving in these environments. That includes dealing with people differently or coping with things differently. So it would be really unfair to ask other people to not judge you when that is a part of their survival skills. So just, I guess, maybe switch your mindset when you think about judgment. There's always this, there's always this negative connotation to the word judgment. And we always associate this word with some negative experiences, bad, unsolicited opinions, criticism about certain individuals. But for the purpose of the argument I'm going to present in this video, let's just call it evaluation, evaluating people when you are being evaluated by others. So I'm pretty sure while watching this video, you're evaluating me, namely judging me based on what I have to offer to you as the audience. And there's nothing wrong with this. You may like me because of this video, or dislike me, or even just feel indifferent. You just don't feel anything in particular about me. And those are all very valid. And there's always a reason behind everything we do. So once you are evaluated by others or judged by others, since you cannot stop them from doing so because it usually occurs at our subconscious level, which you have very little control of. So you can instead look at the variables that you can control. For example, how you handle, once you receive these judgments or these evaluations, once you get to know about what they are, try to think about how you can handle it. There's always the learning opportunity from others in this situation. So these judgments aren't necessarily always good, always positive, and something you would appreciate, you would like. But then if that's the case, it happens to be working better for you because there's always this information gap between how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you based on what you give out to the world, how you project your beliefs onto other people. So by looking at these judgments, it's actually a remarkable opportunity for you to learn about you, about who you really are. Just because you receive a judgment doesn't mean that you have to act on it. And this really depends on how familiar you are with your core beliefs and how connected you are to yourself, your inner child almost. So the more feedback you get, the more evaluation you receive from other people that you might encounter in different circumstances, the more holistic image you get about yourself. You actually get to know what your flaws are because we're people. We're all flawed, but not everyone is cognizant of our shortcomings and the parts of us that we aren't fond of, because sometimes we would kind of actively shut those parts of us down. Even though we know those things about us exist, we sometimes would just kind of reject them just because looking at them can make us feel very uncomfortable and unease. It's always hard to face the image of ourselves that we don't want to be, that we don't want to identify with. But whether you identify with that person or not, your behaviors will tell a story to others that might differ from the story you're telling yourself. Your behaviors always reflect a part of you that you truly believe about yourself. But then when you don't really look at your behaviors, then you ignore the part of yourself, a part of your identity that you actually carry with you, and yet now realizing because you're this little yuppie person living in your head, and it's not always the most objective person or voice. So by looking inside from the surrounding outside of you, it's actually the most crucial part of personal development. And then again, judging is a habit that we all share. To quote James Clear from Atomic Habits, the cause of our habits is actually a prediction that precedes these habits. The prediction leads actually to a feeling. So when you're being judged by others, they're eliciting a prediction about you, about the situation you're in that they once felt in the past, a feeling that they once felt in the past from the similar situations that took place before. And they're using these predictions, this feeling, to direct how they should act around you, whether to replicate a successful interaction or to avoid an unsuccessful interaction. Doesn't matter. It can have something to do with you, but it also can have nothing to do with you. Just try to take that judgment in and then think about whether it aligns with who you are as a person, as identity, and then just really do that self-introspection and then compare and contrast. If it is about you, if they are right, if their predictions are right about you as a person, then you may want to think about whether to keep it or to ditch it. Whether keeping it or ditching it can make you a better person. We have to do the hard work. We have to face these difficult and uncomfortable moments of taking in and receiving, embracing these evaluations, these judgments about ourselves. It requires us to stand even more firmly and be able to take in judgments and criticism about ourselves so that we can actually grow as a person, becoming more and more mature and closer to this person that we want to identify with. I guess what I'm trying to get to is it's okay to be judged, honestly, because there's no way that you're going to avoid this by any means, because again, you're judging me right now. And if you leave a comment and then if I see who you are, I'm going to judge you as well. But that doesn't have to be a bad thing. As long as you can make it, you can learn something from it. You can always treat everything you encounter as a learning opportunity to become a better version of yourself. So that's my little philosophical self-conversation for today's video. And if you're intrigued by this topic or if you have anything you want to share with me, feel free to leave a comment below. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video soon. Take care. Bye.